Hey, what's up everybody? On today's video, we're going to talk about the top 10 best places for people from California to relocate on the East Coast. We want to find you a home where you can feel comfortable. Let's call my buddy Scotty real quick and see what he says.
Hello?
Hey Scotty.
What's going on, buddy?
So I got some friends from California and they want to move to Naples, Florida. What would you say to them?
I would never come here. You know, it's just a bunch of rednecks and Republicans who wants to live around there. I would say I grew up in the south side of Chicago, and it was beautiful. And Gary's changing real fast. It's a nice neighborhood.
Gary, Indiana?
Yeah, Gary, Indiana. South side of Chicago's real nice. There's a lot. It's cheap. The housing's cheap.
All right, we'll run with that, man. Appreciate it.
Or go to Detroit, and they can buy a house for $1.
Great, man. Good suggestions, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right. Talk to you.
Number 10 on our list is Gary, Indiana. If you're leaving California and you want to find a place that's got industry, good schools, affordable housing, and a place where you can just really feel at home away from home, enjoy the beautiful white snow of the Great Lakes, then Gary, Indiana is the ideal place for you and your family. A very comfortable, easy commute with very little traffic puts you right in the heart of Chicago. And on the south side of Chicago, that's the side of Chicago you definitely want to be in. There's a Popeyes, there's a Bass Pro Shop. You'll be right where you want to be for your family. You will have no trouble finding affordable housing, suitable employment, and fun things to do in Gary, Indiana. I also talked to some of the people that lived here, and they say there's a lot of community organizations that are very hands-on and will ensure that you get to feel their warm embrace as soon as you touch down their community with California license plates. Now, I talked to somebody who did not want to be on camera, and he described it as, oh, they'll get to know us for sure. He described Midwest hospitality and how as soon as somebody will move into their neighborhood, they'll find out what the neighborhood's all about. So it sounds like you're waiting for a warm embrace into this community. So I got a friend in Gary, Indiana. Let's give him a call and see how he feels about new people moving into his community.
Oh yeah, man, and we get excited. You hear me? So we want to see we want to help them unload the truck. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to see what they got. Yeah, it's real exciting when we see somebody moving to our community, bro. We get excited, man. You know what I'm saying? We hands on. We want to see what they got. We type of TV there. You know what I'm saying? We help them move out for sure, man. I mean, move in. You know what I'm saying?
Number 9 is Detroit. Now, you may have heard bad things about Detroit, like there's a really high murder rate, but that's all a lie. This is really the place where Californians need to be moving to. We all know that General Motors makes a fine product, and this is a place where the American auto industry was born and where it is still thriving today. You'll be able to work on making new electric vehicles. I mean, if you don't invest in Detroit now, you're missing out on a great opportunity. We're not going to make any more V8 engines. They're only making electric vehicles, and this is a clear sign that Detroit wants people from California with all their environmental regulations to come over to Detroit and just make Detroit home. Detroit is going to be like the new Silicon Valley or the new future of the Midwest. You need to get into Detroit ASAP before prices go up, because we all know Detroit's moving in the right direction. So if you're in California and you want to find somewhere affordable with great schools, friendly people, perfect weather, Detroit is a place for you. It is one of the most progressive thinking states in the country, and they have a great team, the Detroit Lions. Everybody respects the Detroit Lions. That's the place you want to be. But don't tell the locals you're from California. Tell them you're from Ohio. People from Michigan really love people from Ohio, and identifying as being from Ohio will get you really far in Michigan. Number 8 is O-Block in Chicago. Now, this particular neighborhood of Chicago is the up-and-coming place on the East Coast. This is like the walk of the stars of the East Coast. All the up-and-coming artists make sure they leave their footprint on the snow here to let everybody know that they have been to the most trendiest and best neighborhood in Chicago. Chicago is a large city It's like the third largest city in the country, and this particular neighborhood is where all the stars come. It's a place where you can walk around, feel completely safe, walking around, meeting people. Really the place to be in Chicago. Are you tired of paying expensive prices for housing in California? Well, here on O Block, you can live for free with government assistance. They'll even give you food. Everything you're ever going to need is going to be given to you here on the streets of Chicago. There's nothing for you to worry about. You'll be able to walk around with your family and make a snowman right outside of these apartments right here. Number 7 is Pahokee. So let's say you don't like the snow. You want to be in Florida near the beaches and warm sunny weather. This place has some of the cheapest real estate in the entire state of Florida for a reason, because it's undiscovered. Yes, you can be a pioneer in moving to a place that other people haven't even heard about yet. And even though it's a small town, it's already been featured on Charlie Boo's channel. But let's talk about employment. You'll have the opportunity to work in a tropical garden planting sugarcane to make sugar. Lake Okeechobee offers some of the cleanest water for your family to go for a swim. You can even go on an alligator petting tour or go hiking in the Florida summer through the Everglades. This is definitely a place that needs to be on your radar if you're leaving California. You'll get to experience southern hospitality, nature, and the ability to work in an environmentally sound place where housing is affordable, and the state of Florida gives all of its residents food stamps and any other type of benefits they need, and you won't even have to pay a state income tax. So hop in your swimming trunks and get ready for swimming in Lake Okeechobee. Number 6 is Ironton, Ohio. As we travel across America, we have rarely found a town like this. These are some of the warmest, friendliest people you're ever gonna meet. This area used to be called the Rust Belt. Nowadays, it's called the Prosperity Belt. As the entire country gears up to make electric vehicles a thing, places that made iron like Ironton are actually becoming a thing of the future. All these little towns in Appalachia are going to have a huge revival coming soon, and Californians are going to be in the midst of that. We estimate that up to 10,000 Californians are going to move to Ironton, and that this is going to be a prosperous place full of Californians wanting new life in a new state, and what better place to do it than Ohio. Larry lives in Ironton. Hey Larry, how you doing?
All right.
So Larry, tell me a little bit about Ironton and how you guys perceive people from California moving there.
Oh, we're more than welcoming of the more and more electric vehicles. Bring them on. Seeing people drive electric vehicles around here be a welcome sight.
What should Californians wear when they move to Ironton, Ohio?
Oh, make sure you wear a Michigan sweater and we'll warmly welcome you.
All right, thank you so much, Larry.
You're welcome.
Well, there you go. If you're leaving California, do not forget about Ironton, Ohio. Number 5. The entire state of West Virginia is like a baby California in the Appalachian Mountains waiting for you to discover. The people are friendly. There's new hotels all over the state. That's a clear indication that people are going to come here to work and that they need places to house these workers, as West Virginia becomes the California of the East Coast. There's so many great places in the entire state of West Virginia that we couldn't narrow it down to one town, so we're just going to say the entire state of West Virginia is ripe for thousands of Californians to show up and integrate society here. Number 4 is the prosperous city of Baltimore, Maryland. Now, this is really an undiscovered place on the East Coast. There's so much potential for good things to happen to you in Baltimore. The city has the second highest murder rate in the country. So if you're coming from California, you'll be able to help these people change their way of life and influence them in a positive way. While a row house in San Francisco could cost you millions of dollars, for less than $100,000, you'll have the opportunity to restore one of these beautiful row houses in these districts of Baltimore that are soon to be up and coming, and you'll be able to get your foot through the door before everybody else. Baltimore has so much potential. These buildings are just waiting for Californians to come in and show them some love. And the people in these neighborhoods are really some of the nicest, most warm people you're ever going to meet in the United States. They're ready to meet somebody new and see what they can be exposed to. This is really a win-win for everybody. It's a win for the Californians, and it's a win for the people of Baltimore who'll have new friends to make. Number 3 is the neighborhood of Orange Mound in Memphis, Tennessee. This neighborhood is ready for gentrification and for Californians to move here. The city of Memphis is one of the most prosperous cities on the entire East Coast of the United States, and they love California music, California culture. They're really going to admire you when you move here. The people in Memphis are known to like people to move to the city, and they want you to join them. They're excited, they're waiting for you, and there's so much opportunity here. Crime on the streets is almost non-existent. You may have heard people of moving to Nashville, but really, Memphis is really where it's at in Tennessee, and the neighborhood of Orange Mound is excelente for you, waiting for Californians. You can have a house that was recently burnt down in a neighborhood of Fraser for $3,000. What a deal. I can already see a white Prius on the driveway and a box truck from California with all your stuff ready to move in. Now that definitely sounds better than moving to Florida. Number 2 is East St. Louis, Missouri. Now while a lot of cities waste a lot of money with stop signs and lights and they have a red light and a green light and that's so much energy and electricity being wasted. This city is so progressive that they have installed stop signs all over the city to save energy. What a noble concept. This city is really ahead of its time when it comes to preserving energy and taking care of the environment. And if you're coming from California, you want to make sure you move to an environmentally friendly city. As you can see, there are no green or red lights in the city. Those funds are being used for other things. Reducing light pollution so that the sea turtles can find their way home. A noble concept, an admirable thing that's going on in the streets of East St. Louis. With the highest murder rate in the entire country, you should have no problem finding vacancy here. Let's be honest, people breathe air, wear clothes, drive cars, and all that contaminates and pollutes the environment. The less people we have around, the cleaner the environment will be, and St. Louis, East St. Louis is ahead of its time. Before we move on to number 1, I want to give an honorable mention to Pervert Park in Pinellas County, Florida. This is a mobile home park for convicted felons of that type of nature. And Pervert Park is really a great place for Californians. Unfortunately, there just isn't enough space here for that many Californians, and there's much better places to put you and your family if you're a Californian. But don't discard this. This is really something you need to look into if you're coming from California. And there's a Prius right there. Number 1 is Kensington in Philadelphia. Yeah, if you don't want to judge people and you just want to live in a place where everybody can just kind of do whatever they want, have all the freedoms, just like in California, but a little bit more affordable, then Kensington in Philadelphia is a place for you. You won't even feel like you've left California other than the fact you're freezing to death in the winter. This is really the type of place where you and your family could be happy, in a place where you're free from judgment and all the oppressive mindsets of people out there. So there you go. If you're leaving California and you're thinking about South Florida, there are so many better places out there for you to go. Places where you'll be welcomed, places where they actually need more people to move into, places where they can actually use your skill sets, your mindset, and where you could be more appreciated. Instead of driving up prices, you can actually restore a home that needs to be restored, put people in the neighborhoods where they're actually needed, and put skilled labor in places where it's actually needed. So instead of going to a place that's already overcrowded because of people like you, why don't you move to a place that can actually use you, a place that actually needs people to move in some of these houses, a place where there's actually vacancy. And those are the type of places where you're actually needed, not in Florida. So please don't come to Florida, come to these places here. They need you, they want you, and they could definitely use more people like you, your investment, and you can be around like-minded people in an environment that's almost like what you left behind in California. That way you don't feel homesick. Please don't come to Florida. It's absolutely horrible here. Oh, I just got shot. Oh, I got shot in Florida. Oh, don't come to Florida. I'm bleeding. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't come to Florida. Don't come to Florida.